Yeah.
In the world today, there's over 524 million people over 65 years old, and this represents the 8% of the world's population. For 2050, this would be almost double. So this means we're aging at an alarming rate. This is a project with the Finnish University Aalto and Pontificia Universidad Católica de Chile. And we are working on the challenge of how to improve mobility in aging populations. So for our process, we started with the collection phase. For this, we did 39 interviews, 33 to elders and the rest to nurses, doctors, and anyone involved in this topic. We took field notes in every single place, like public spaces, to see if accessibility was good. We went to the subway, we went to hospitals. And we also read secondary information from academic papers, articles, etc.
Then we did the analysis phase. First, we started with transcripts and coding phase, where we started comparing and looking for patterns between our interviews and the papers we read. Here we have the following topics: fear of going out, fear of falling, fell on the street. What most of people said was broke a bone when I fell. They were really afraid of that, and not enough reasons to go out. After this, we also have general stats. We got some numbers from academic papers, like there's 35% of elders fall at least once, and 1 in 40 elder need hospitalization. Also, we know that 31% of elders have fear of falling, and this may increase to 71% if they suffer some pathology. And finally, 35.7% of elders need orthopedic help for walking, but not all of them use it. So we got our opportunity. Create a device to reduce the fear and risk of falling.
So after this, we gathered all our information and we clustered the different patterns we found in the attributes our interviews showed, and we created personas. We did a bunch of personas, we tried different patterns and everything, but we stuck with 3 of them.
The first one is the bold one. She doesn't use a cane, or she doesn't need help for walking, but she has fear of falling. She may have or not fall sometimes. And she has a really active life. She do everything outside her home. Then we have the unworried. He should use a cane, but he doesn't. He has fear of falling. He has fallen many times, and he also has an active life. And finally, we have the warrior. She used cane. She has fear of falling. She has fallen many times, but also she has an active life because she's more afraid of staying at home and losing mobility.
Well, after we created our personas and we analyzed them, what made them who they were, what they did every day. And we did a journey map for everything they did during the day, from waking up to going to bed, different activities they do. And we put each one of them in different risk zones. The red one is the highest risk zone, like cleaning up the house, going outside in the morning, going outside in the afternoon. And these are activities that are risky for them. They're dangerous because they may fall, they can have an accident, etc. So this is our focus. This is where we can intervene. This is where we said that we wanted to do something for them. And now we started the phase of getting to a solution. We already have our opportunity, we have the places we want to intervene. For the requirements for our solution, we have the interface requirements. It has to be basic, not a lot of technology. Then the economic requirements. 90% of elders in Chile are part of the government health care system, and their income is really low, so it has to be cheap. For the anthropometric requirements, well, if we build a device that needs to, it's for them to do any exercise, it has to follow their body measures. And for physical requirements, we have to remember that they may suffer of some disability. So we don't have to take them far in anything as visual, vestibular, or any other issue. And what's already been made for this? We have canes, we have walkers, we have an exoskeleton. Many devices for them to help them walk, give them confidence, and give them support, and prevent them from falling. All of them follow the same concept, assisted walking. And what would be different in ours? The concept. After talking to many of them, we realized, and if you see our personas, not all of them want to use an assisted walking. They don't want to have a cane. They don't want to go out with a person. And for those reasons, sometimes they stay at home, or they simply just fall because they don't use anything. So we thought of something that would be similar to an invisible cane. Give them safety through a non-invasive device.
After this, we started sketching our solutions. First, we have Deliverable sole. How does it work? Well, it consists in a pair of external soles for shoes that are made of a material that can adapt to every surface, so the sole of the user's shoe stay stable and doesn't make the user to lose their balance. The second is an alarm insole. This consists in a pair of insoles with pressure sensors that are connected to earphones, so if the user is walking and start to lose their balance, the pressure sensors will send a message to the earphones, so they make a noise that make the user recover their balance. And finally, we have the exercise rag. That, well, it's a rag that have exercise routines that starts by putting their feet in the rag, and the exercise consists in exercising a balance and the ankle strength by pressure sensors in the rag. With all these solutions, we decided to mix the lateral sole and the insole alarm because they are more.
They mix both concepts of preventing them from falling and giving them confidence.
Yes, they are more related to the user going out and walking and not only exercising. And we created the invisible cane. It consists in a pair of external soles for the shoe connected to one earphone. So how does it work? The soles are made of a special material that can adapt to any surface, but it also has a movement and an inclination sensor, so if the shoe is really unstable and the material can't support that, it will send an alarm, so the earphone will sound and will aware the user to be more careful. So we think that the invisible cane can take this from this to this, take all the risky zone to the safety zone. So everyone deserves to age safely with confidence and dignity. Thank you.